At the dinner table, my wife's brother chuckled, chewing the steak I'd paid for. "The help always eats in the kitchen," he sneered, his voice dripping with mockery. I didn't react. Instead, I picked up my phone and said softly, "Cancel the $50 million deal." The room went still, the kind of quiet where you hear your own pulse. Their faces froze, like fragile glass about to shatter. In that moment they saw me, not the man they mocked, but the one who held the strings. 3 years ago, I was nobody to them. I carried coffee into their boardrooms, the outsider who married into their world of old wealth. My wife, Clara, came from a family where lineage trumped effort. They called me the help behind their polite smiles, unaware I was carving my own path. I loved Clara deeply, not the polished version draped in silk, but the woman who once laughed under a stormy sky, barefoot and free. But love faded. Her gaze turned to pity, especially after I launched Horizon Ventures. No pride, no curiosity, just a single cutting remark. "Don't overreach, dear. It's unbecoming." I pressed on, building my company from nothing. Clara never asked about my work. The first fracture came last winter. Her phone glowed while she slept, revealing a message from her brother. He's too blind to notice. It was about me. I didn't confront her. Instead, I traced their steps, hidden emails, secret accounts. Horizon wasn't just my company to them. It was their prey. They thought they were draining its funds through a front in Geneva. They didn't know I'd created that front, Triton Holdings, a decade ago. A shadow company now serving as my snare. I changed quietly. I stopped seeking her warmth at night. I watched her watch me, her affection now a performance for others. I learned to mirror it, playing their game while planning mine. Revenge doesn't shout, it waits. Then came Marcus, an old partner who'd betrayed me years ago, selling me out for profit. He resurfaced, funneling money into Horizon through proxies. His name appeared in Clara's messages too. This wasn't just disloyalty. It was a conspiracy to steal my company. For 6 months I let their scheme unfold. I welcomed their planted advisors, nodded at their flawed strategies, and grinned when Marcus urged me to shift Horizon's tech focus to pharmaceuticals. Exactly where I'd set my traps. I crafted a decoy, a $50 million acquisition deal for a shell company riddled with hidden liabilities. They took the bait, believing I was desperate for funds. The contracts were airtight, designed to pin the fallout on them, linked to their offshore accounts. Every step was legal, every move traceable. The final act played out at our estate over dinner. Clara wore emerald green, her color of confidence. Her brother raised a glass, slurring another jab, calling me the help in front of my team. I smiled, dialed my phone, and canceled the deal. The air tightened. Clara's eyes widened. "What do you mean cancel?" I met her gaze steady. "It was my deal. Always was. Now it's over." Her brother sputtered, a child caught in a lie. "You don't control Horizon," Clara said, voice sharp. I rose. "I built Horizon. You tried to sell what was never yours to someone you thought wouldn't notice." Silence. "Your accounts are locked. The fraud points straight to your Geneva vaults. Authorities are waiting." Clara's face drained of color. "You wouldn't," she whispered. I looked at her, no longer as her husband. "You saw me as the help. I was the builder. You stood in the light while I shaped the ground beneath you." Security let her brother out, his threats echoing. Let him rant. The contracts he signed would bury him. Clara didn't scream. She sat, tears falling, but they changed nothing. I slid an envelope across the table. Divorce papers, signed and final. I left the house that night, not as a man defeated, but as one who'd won. The night sky was sharp and cold, but I felt alive. Power isn't being feared, it's being overlooked. Betrayal is just the spark that lets you show who you've always been. The one they never saw until it was too late.